Welcome to ENN On Air, our digital news show giving you the stories of today. I'm Fiona McAllister.
And I'm Rachel Holley. Thank you for joining us.
Elon sophomore Jacob Laxton put out a new music album and music video has nearly 300 views on YouTube. Our Jenna Mandarioli spoke with him about his process behind producing.
Elon's sophomore Jacob Laxton has been producing music for 5 years, but his newest album, Full Stop, is the first one that includes his own vocals in the songs. From freestyle hip-hop beats to melodic acoustics, Laxton says that each song has a different musical creation process.
It's a statement of like where I'm at right now in life, or where I was at in life. And so that's why the album hits so many different parts, emotional parts. That's why the album is so vulnerable, because all these songs are talking about things that I deal with or that I perceive.
Laxton says through his music writing process, he has learned to wear his heart on his sleeve. He says seeing people react to his art is the reason why he makes it.
I've had friends like, after listening to this, come to me and like just give me like a big hug. Like they just like realized who I was, and like they kind of understood me a little bit better, which is awesome. One
song on the album, called Growing Pains, is one Laxton says was his creative outlet for coping with the transition to college.
I was just so used to having like my parents and like going home every day, and like I didn't have a home. So it was really weird, and I think it's normal for everybody that goes to college or away from home deals with. But in that song, I just was really just explaining that and processing that and like coping with myself through that songwriting.
Laxton says as a songwriter, he hopes for people to relate to his music. For now, he says he is looking forward to focusing on making music with others and performing some of his new songs down the line. Jenna Mandarioli, Elon Local News.
Full Stop, Laxton's album, has 7 songs and is available on all streaming platforms. The first track, titled Trust, has a music video that is available on YouTube. The music video was produced by fellow Elon students.
Elon students are often balancing schoolwork, extracurriculars, and jobs, and a social life. But one is keeping up with all of it while working on the front lines. Our Betsy Schlehuber got to know this essential worker.
At night, sophomore Eric Mulford works on the front lines as a paramedic with the Burlington Fire Department. The next day, Mulford is a student in Elon's first cohort of nursing students. As the oldest student, at 41 years old, Mulford says he feels like a big brother to others.
The first cohort in graduating class, I had the opportunity to come here and be part of something that's pretty big as far as developing this program and helping these younger students, get through the program and become great nurses.
Mulford has worked in Burlington for 5 years. As a practicing health service worker, Mulford not only learns, but teaches and assists with research at the nursing school. Mulford says he wanted to go to nursing school because being a paramedic will soon become too physically demanding.
Being 41, you get to the point where I can't, keep climbing up and down these ladders and trucks and doing all these different things.
Outside of Elon, Mulford is married to sports management professor Dr. Cara Lucia and has 4 children. He said finding a balance between family and school hasn't been easy. Luckily, they are able to take time away from themselves. While Mulford may not be in the typical age range of a college student, he says that factor should not stop someone from going back to school or going to school at all.
Education is important, and it should continue to grow and learn every day. So as far as me making a decision to go back to school later on in life again, I think that's it's just a continuous growth.
And even though Elon is filled with traditional students, Mulford wants non-traditional students like him to know that they can thrive too. Betsy Schlehuber, Elon Local News.
To read more about Mulford's journey at Elon, pick up a copy of this week's Pendulum.
Elon men's basketball celebrated its senior class over the weekend during Senior Day when the University of Delaware came to town. Our Max Wallace reports.
John Bowen III.
John's always been about trying to help the younger guys. Just high character, terrific young man.
Gerald Gillen's Butler.
But just his presence on the floor, his smile, his energy, it really means something.
Sean Halloran.
What he's meant for us in terms of his leadership and just understanding our system, helping the young guys.
Andrew Junkin.
Bright, funny, personable. Andrew Junkin, he's meant a lot, and he's just continued to be positive and just encourage guys along the way.
And Torrance Watson.
It's a pleasure to have coached him, inherited him.
We're all honored in Elon men's basketball Senior Day festivities prior to the team's final regular season game against the Delaware Blue Hens. After the game, Halloran reflected on his time as a member of the Maroon and Gold.
I was just able to come here and be myself, and that's really all I could ask for, trying to find a school. I mean, I couldn't have chosen a better school to come to, so it's been amazing.
Watson echoed Halloran and said he's thankful that Taylor came along in his final season.
So it's been amazing for me too. I came under Coach Sharkey and then had the blessing and grateful to get Coach Taylor. It's been a wonderful time. You know, even though we've lost, I think the things that we'll remember later on in life is the bond that we have with this team.
Watson's night was cut short after he picked up a 5th personal foul in the second half. While distraught in the moment, Watson says his teammates' support allowed him to move past the adversity.
It was a tough moment because it's like knowing that it was my last game, got my last foul. But one thing I can say, like the coaching staff and my brothers are there for me. Like when I was falling down, I was crying a little bit, and my teammates came and picked me up.
Max Wallace, Elon Local News.
Though the regular season is over, head coach Billy Taylor says he's proud of his team's perseverance and strength.
With the regular season coming to a close, the Phoenix will head up to the nation's capital for the Colonial Athletic Association men's basketball tournament this weekend. Halloran says if the team wants to make a deep postseason run, it needs to find what works for them.
I think when we went on our winning streak, all 5 guys on the court, even the people on the bench, were on the same page at all time. Playing positive, not worrying about the next wrong thing to happen, but just playing hard. And I think we lose sight of that sometimes.
The Phoenix will play in the CAA tournament as the 9th of 13 seeds. Its first game is this Saturday against the Tribe of William and Mary at noon.
That's all we have for you this evening. Thanks again for watching ENN On Air.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
And follow us on social media at Elon News Network and Sports ENN.
Have a great night, Elon.